Good morning, students. Today I am going to teach you a topic in geography. First, I will explain you the topic and then you can ask me your questions. Let us learn today outside the classroom and see the world in the fresh air. It's amazing place. I hope you liked it. These days, most of you might be missing your school days. Those days with waking up early, then traveling and coming in the school, meeting your friends. But because of COVID, all these are not possible today. But our best friend is helping us very much. That is our cell phone. We can study without going in the school and also we can see friends without meeting them. That's amazing. So today we are going to learn about all these things in the lesson human environment, settlement, transportation and communication. Human environment is anything which is around human being or whatever which is happening around human being. Settlement means living on a place. Transportation means moving from one place to another. And communication means conveying your message. Now, let us try to understand these topics in detail. Settlement. It refers to living on a place. In ancient times, people were living in the jungle, but later they started growing crops. So they settled on one place in spite of moving from one place to another. They started living around and on bank of the river valley. You all might be living in your houses, which is called a settlement. Settlements are of two types, that is permanent settlement and temporary settlement. Permanent settlements are settlements which occupied long period of time and people build their houses to live in. The next type is temporary settlement. Temporary settlements occupied for short period of time like in deep forest, mountainous area, desert. For that particular period they stay there and they later move from one place to another. Therefore, it is called temporary settlement. Other sub-classification in settlements are compact settlement and scattered settlements. Scattered means spreaded. People build their houses by keeping lots of space between two houses. Therefore, it is called scattered settlement. Whereas compact settlement means people build their houses close by. From window you can see others window or from window you can see others door. Such situation is mostly are there in the city. Other classification of settlements are rural settlement and urban settlement. Rural settlement refers to the settlement which is there in the village and urban settlement refers to the settlement which is there in the city or town. In rural settlement, people build their houses according to the environment. They build slanting roof and stilt. They cover their walls with mud to keep environment cool inside the house. They are engaged in the activities like agriculture, fishing, forestry, craftwork and trading. Next is urban settlement, which means settlement in the city. Take the example of Mapsa city. Here you can see buildings, big houses, bungalows which are made up of bricks, cements. People from the urban area engaged in manufacturing, trading, banking, etc. Till here we try to understand about settlement. Now we all are people settled. So they can't sit on one place ideally. They will move from one place to another with their goods, means things, which will be imported or exported. For that, transportation plays a very important role. Transportation refers to a mean by which people and goods move from one place to another. There are four means of transportation, that is, roadways, railways, waterways, and airways. Let us see one by one. Earlier in our country, we were using donkeys, mules, bullocks, camels for transportation. Not you and me, our ancient people. In Tibet, yaks are used. But is it the fully same today? No, we still use them, but we develop modern means of transportation which saves our time and energy. There are four means of transportation. First is roadways. Roadways are used mostly for short distance. There are two types of roads, that is metalled and unmetalled. Metalled road are tarred road, which is also called a pakka road, whereas unmetalled road refers to the road which is untarred, means there is lots of mud and stones on the road, which is called kacha road or kacha rasta. On plain road, we can see dense network of roads, means many roads are built or constructed on a plain, but also in the desert, mountainous areas, roads have been constructed, but not as compared to plain roads. Manali Leh Himalayan mountain is one of the highest roadways in the world. There are also subways and flyovers, which are also roads. Subways are built underground and flyovers are built over a structure. You might have seen bridge on Mandovi River in Panjim. It is an example of flyover. Second means of transportation is railways. You might have thought that railways also come under land because it travels on land. Then why it is considered separate means of transportation? As we know, railways run on tracks. They don't run on roads. Therefore, it is separately classified. Railways carry heavy goods and people over long distance quickly and cheaply. Earlier, we were using steam engines. Now we use electric engine railways. It is not only constructed on plain areas, but it is also constructed in mountainous area. One amazing fact is that India Railways network is well developed and it is the largest in Asia. Now let us try to understand next means of transportation, that is waterways. Waterways are mostly used for long distance and short distance too, which carries heavy goods and people quickly and cheaply. There are two classifications, that is inland waterways and sea route waterways. In inland waterways, ship navigates in the river or lake like Ganga, Brahmaputra river system, Great Lake, River Nile. Sea routes are mostly used for transporting heavy machineries and heavy goods and also people from one country to another, like Singapore, Mumbai, New York, Durban. These are the important port of sea route. Last means of transportation is waterways, airways. Airways. It is the fastest way of transportation developed in the 20th century. It is very expensive due to high cost of fuels. Bad weathers like storm, fog can affect air traffic. It helps in reaching remote area and distance area. You might have seen on TV or on your cell phones the situation during floods in India or outside India. When floods came in that time, our rescue team reached there with helicopters. It helps us in calamities like earthquake, floods. Airways also help us to go from one country to another very quickly. It saves our time. Delhi, Mumbai, London, Paris are some of the important airports around the world. Till here we completed transportation. Now students, think we settled on a place and we are traveling also, but we are not communicating with others or we are not talking with others. Is it possible? No. Human being is a social animal. So communication is very important for human environment. Communication refers to the process of conveying message to others. Earlier, people were using actions to convey their message. But with time, as language developed, people started conveying their message in a better way. People started writing. Technology came. Advancement in the field of communication have changed everything. Mobile, television, radio, which helped us to communicate with people easily. Also, we can see people from India to person sitting in America. We get news what happened in the Pacific Ocean, Brazil, all over the world by sitting at home on one click. That's really awesome. You might have seen a satellite. This is a satellite. They are fixed around the globe which captures images from the earth. Because of that, we can communicate with others easily. Satellite had played and still playing a major role in communication. It helps us in oil exploration, survey of forest, underground water, minerals, also disaster warning. Also we can send electronic mail, that is email, through internet. There is no need of writing on paper and posting in the post office, and after some days that person will receive. It will take long time, but from the email you can send your message on one click. Then wireless telephonic communication. Now we are using this cell phone. There is no wire. It's a technology. And in this COVID, because of this technology, we can communicate easily by sitting just at home. So live example we can see. In short, we can get worldwide information and we can interact with anyone sitting at any place, anytime, quickly. Here we complete our topic. Now I will ask you some questions for which you are supposed to give answers. And if you have any doubts,